welcome to Medical Dialogues. I am Dr. Nandita Mohan, and today I am going to talk about a recent article that has been published in the Indian Journal of Ophthalmology. Now, the article that I'm going to talk about, it describes the prevalence and risk factor assessment of digital eye strain among children using online e-learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. That is the digital eye strain among kids, which is the desk study one. Now, we all know digital eye strain, as we had covered in one of our previous videos, is the most common eye problem associated with prolonged digital device use, often characterized by symptoms such as dry eyes, itching, foreign body sensation, watering, blurring of the vision, and even headaches. So to talk to us in detail about this particular research, we have on board with us today Dr. Amit Mohan, the lead author of the study. Dr. Mohan has specialization in Pediatric Ophthalmology and Strabismus from Arvind Eye Hospital, Madurai, with more than 12 years of experience in children eye care. He is a senior ophthalmologist and in charge of Sri Adinath Fateh Global Eye Hospital, Jalore, and consultant at the Global Hospital Institute of Ophthalmology, Abu Road in Rajasthan. He has a special interest in squint amblyopia and pediatric cataract. He has published more than 50 research papers about children eye care in national and international index journals. He has been awarded the Fellow of All India Collegium of Ophthalmology in Pediatric Ophthalmology. He has multiple academic awards in his credit, including the Shurveer Singh Gold Medal for Best Paper of Rajasthan Ophthalmic Society, Best Paper in Community Ophthalmology of All India Ophthalmic Society, Best Poster in Squint of AIOS, IJO Gold and IJO Silver Award in 2 successive years for Best Publication in Indian Journal of Ophthalmology. So we welcome you to Medical Dialogue, sir. We are happy to have you on board here with us.
Thank you. Thank you for nice introduction.
So, sir, if you could actually explain to our viewers what the study is actually about, what will you be talking about as the aim of the study is?
As we all know that modern educational system, especially after COVID-19 outbreak, had changed the traditional teaching methods of using chalk and boards or blackboards to digital device assisted online classes. So this means that an extra time of sitting in front of the digital device will be required for this new e-learning system. Spending long hours in front of these devices can lead to many ocular problems, and mostly the digital, that we call it digital eye strain. This is the most common eye problem associated with the prolonged digital device use, characterized by symptoms such as dry eyes, itching, foreign body sensation, watering, blurring of vision, and headache, as you have already told in my introduction. The prevalence of digital eye strain is estimated to be around 25% to 93% as reported in various studies. So we have studied digital eye strain among kids attending online classes and published as a sequential study. This study 1 is published in the Indian Journal of Ophthalmology, and in this desk study 1, this is the landmark studies for the impact of online classes on digital devices among children in Indian eyes. The aim of this study 1 was to determine prevalence, symptom frequency, and associated risk factors of digital eye strain among children attending online classes. We have also done 3 more studies, that is this study 2, 3, and 4. In this study 2, we subjectively evaluated the degree of visual fatigue in children attending online classes and objectively evaluated the accommodation and vision dysfunctions in these children. In this study 3, the aim of our study was to report the series of cases of acute acquired comitant esotropia, that is the crossing of eyes in children attending online classes. And in this study 4, we have performed the comparison of the rate of progression of myopia before and after COVID-19 pandemic, and we have also assessed the risk factor of hasten the progression of the myopia. So these are the 4 aims of our different digital eye strain among kids studies.
So what were the findings from the study, sir?
In the DES study 1, that is digital eye strain in the kids study 1, which was published in the Indian Journal of Ophthalmology on Google Ad, and children and parents were asked to indicate the total duration of digital device use before and during COVID-19 pandemic, and the symptoms of digital eye strains, its severity, frequency were recorded and measured with computer vision syndrome questionnaires. So total 261 parents were responding to this questionnaire, and mean duration of digital device use in our cohort was 3.9 plus minus 1.9 hours. And total 80 children, that is 36.9% of our cohort, were using digital devices more than 5 hours. And the most common digital device used in our study was a smartphone. And all the children are attending online classes during COVID-19 pandemic. Headache, watering from eyes, blurring of vision were the most common symptoms which we found in our study. The prevalence of digital eye strain in our cohort is 50.23%. That is 109 children, age more than 14 years, male gender, smartphone use of digital devices more than 5 hours per day, and mobile games more than 1 hour per day were found to be the independent risk factor for digital eye strain in these children. In this study too, we have found there is a linear association between symptomatic convergence insufficiency scores and duration of online classes on the Spearman correlation. The duration of online classes more than 4 hours was significant risk factors for symptomatic convergence insufficiency in our study, that is this study 2. In this study 3, we have found 8 children of acute acquired computer dysotropia, and all the children are attending online classes more than 4 hours per day. That acute acquired computer dysotropia may be due to the excessive smartphone use. In this study 4, we have included 133 children. All children had myopia more than minus 0.5 diopter, and we have seen the progression of the myopia, and mean annual myopia progression was found to be 0.9 diopter, which is significantly higher than the pre-COVID era, which is only 0.5 diopter. So a total of 45.9% of children showed an annual progression of more than 1 diopter during pandemic in our cohort. So online classes more than 4 hours per day and sun exposures less than 1 hour were found to be independent risk factor for rapid myopia progression in our test study.
And what conclusions can be drawn from this?
So there are different conclusions we have drawn from these 4 studies. First, there is an increased prevalence of digital eye strain among children attending online classes. So parents should be considerate about duration, type of device, distance of digital device use to avoid digital eye strain symptoms in children. As per this study 2, online classes longer than 4 hours were more detrimental to abnormal binocular versions and accommodation parameters as compared to online classes shorter than 4 hours. And this study 3 concludes that prolonged near work during a smartphone use for e-learning might lead to the development of acute acquired computer dysotropia in children. So this study 4 also concludes that parents should consider risk of rapid myopia progression in children attending online classes, and children should be provided with outdoor activity of at least 1 hour per day to increase their sun exposure and to diminish the rate of myopia progression. So these are the 4 conclusions from our 4 digital eye strain studies.
Lastly, is there any message for the practitioners that could actually help in early detection and the proper management of digital eye strains? Anything that you would want to add on, sir?
All healthcare professionals must know the effect that virtual learning has had impact on pediatric population. So they should identify and treat these digital eye strain cases as early as possible. Digital eye strain can be diagnosed through a comprehensive eye examination with a special emphasis on the visual requirement at the computer or digital device use. Patient history is more important, and to determine any symptom the child is experiencing during digital device use. Visual acuity measurements should also be done to every children to assess the extent to which the vision can be affected because of digital device use. And refraction is done for the glass prescription to determine the appropriate glass power and needed to compensate for any refractive error. So all healthcare professionals should aware about this, and every child should be referred for the comprehensive eye examination if any symptoms of the digital eye strains. And there are some recommendations. Any healthcare professionals or parents should be aware about that follow the 20-20-20 rules, that after every 20 minutes of digital device use, look at least 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Set a timer to remind the child how often to look into the distance. There are also some recommendations from our study that alternate reading an e-book with a real book and encourage kids to look up and out the window after every e-task. And after completion of the level of video game, also look out the window for at least 20 seconds. So this is the 2020 rule. Avoid using screen outside in the bright light areas where the glare on the screen can create a strain. Adjust the brightness and contrast of the screen, show that it feels comfortable. And also good posture is essential during the screen use because the poor posture can contribute to the muscle tightness and headache associated with the eye strain. So encourage your child to hold the digital media farther away, at least 18 to 24 inches is the ideal. And remind them to blink whenever watching any screen like laptop or a smartphone because the blinking prevents the digital eye strain. This is a message to all the parents as well as the healthcare professionals that every child should be aware about these methods to prevent the digital eye strain.
Thank you, sir, for your great insights.
Thank you.
That's all for today. Stay tuned to Medical Dialogues for latest updates.
Never miss a medical update from Medical Dialogues. Like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.